now going to touch the pad. Everybody in the world fused. Yeah, there you go. Now then, crew, and welcome back. You can say this actually. Go on, you can say it.
Welcome back to Andy's channel.
Okay, we tried, didn't we? We did try. Okay. Yeah. All right, crew. Yes, welcome back. And of course, Tool Girl Sam is back in the workshop as always, doing a great job. And we're currently working on Ben's 1993 Ford Courier pickup truck. They call it utes over here, but I'm a Englishman and we call them pickups in England. So it's a 1993 Ford pickup. It's got the 2.2 petrol engine in it, straight 4, and we've done an oil and filter change. That went pretty well. We managed to overfill it. It's fixed now. Then we fitted a new set of spark plugs. That went very well. We even gapped the plugs and put a bit of copper paste on the threads, and Sam did a fantastic job. I did basically nothing really. He did all that work, which is great. And now we're going to do a very short video. Once the fly goes away, we're going to do a very short video of how to change the air filter. Now, this is probably one of the easiest jobs you'll ever have to do on a vehicle, is changing the air filter. Very easy to get to, but there's a couple of little tips that I want to include in this video for you, just to help you along the way. First of all, let's give you the part number. Now, this is a high quality product. It says on there, look, in many different languages, quality parts. So they must be really good. Yes. And there's the part number, look. So made in Thailand. Fantastic. And it's got all sorts of, it's got full mounting kind of symbols and all sorts. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll have a look inside the box and we'll treat it with ultra care because it's high quality. There we go, one air filter, and it's a big round thing and it's got the metal bits. Now, what this tells me is because it's got metal here and no foam or sealing agent, the part in the actual air filter housing must have some kind of rubber rings on it, because you've got to be able to seal between the air filter and the housing, otherwise air can bypass going through the filter and go straight in the engine. So what I'd like to do, and what I always do whenever I'm fitting air filters, and this sort of stems from motorcycle sort of background, is we're getting a little bit of grease and we're putting some grease on those, I'm assuming they're rubber, I've not had a look yet, on the rubber sealing surfaces that make contact with the filter, just to make sure that no dust and stuff can get through, because, you know, we want to look after that engine. It's done 334,000 kilometres now and we want to get a few more out of it, so we'll just, a bit of grease, costs nothing, does it? Okay, right, Sam, you grab hold of, oh, look at that. Fantastic. You see? Perfect. Just fits, doesn't it? Made to measure. Okay, well, let's head over to the vehicle and we'll locate the air filter housing and I'll show you how to get in. Ready, Sam? Brilliant. Oh, one last thing. I wanted to chuck this in a video somewhere. I got Ben a spare fan belt for the vehicle because he does get through a few now and again. And just so you know, that's the part number for a fan belt. We're not going to fit it, but it's a spare one. Okay, to the truck. Okay, Sam, pop that on the bench for now, so it's out of the way. And this is the air filter housing. So inside this sort of metal container is the old one of those. And the way that we get in is we've got to undo that wing nut, and we've got 3 clips to undo as well. So I'll let you undo the wing nut while I do the clips. Is that going to work? Other way. Lefty-loosey. That's righty-tighty. Oh. Now you've made it really tight.
Yeah. I was thinking I couldn't even turn it that way.
You alright? You good with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Find you some gloves before we put that grease on. Right, 1, 2, and this one is the hardest I've found.
I think it's because it's rusted.
Oh man, I can't even get that from this angle. I'll come round and do it.
Yeah,
Cool. Probably get in now. Jeez. There we go. Right, so you want to lift that off, Sam? You good?
Yeah.
Or you get your gloves on?
Yeah, I'm getting serious now. I'm only going to do one though.
Really? Oh, you're going to spare me a spare glove.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So that should just lift off there. There you go. So that can go on the bench for now. And here we have the old air filter, so you can lift that out. Now, if there's any bugs and dead wildlife in there, then this is a good time to clean it all out. But this looks pretty clean, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I think we'll leave that well alone. Now, as regards the sealing surface, you can see on here, look, where there's a sort of black mark going around, and that's where there's rubber. And actually, the rubber's not doing too well. It's come loose there, look as well.
Yeah.
That should really be glued down, but I suppose when it's squashed, it'll be too bad. But we'll put some grease on that rubber ring. I'm going to show you really clearly where to put it now, because you're going to start putting it all over the place, aren't you? Bit of grease, bit of grease around there. And if you pass the lid back, there should be a similar ring on the inside of the lid, I would say. Let's have a little look, show the people. Yeah, there, look. So we've got exactly the same thing going on the inside of the lid. So we can do that one on the bench, but this other one we can do on the vehicle. Right, we need the grease. Right then, Sam. So if you want to smear some grease around on that rubber ring, doesn't need to be lots, but it needs to be a reasonable amount. Let's have a little look. Get my torch working again. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Probably want some more on your finger there. And if you're operating in a really dusty environment, so vehicles like four-wheel drives and stuff, this is a really important thing to do. It does definitely help protect your engine, because it's amazing how little amount of dirt and grit needs to go through your engine before it starts to cause some real damage.
Yeah.
Now, you probably won't find a mechanic in a garage doing this kind of stuff. They just want to put the air filter in and put the lid back on and do it as fast as possible, usually, you know. So it's really only for people that actually service their own cars that would really take the time to do this. How's that looking?
Might need a little
Yeah, a bit more around that side, I think. Yeah, probably from about this point here, around. We're getting quite a bit on the side. Getting quite a bit on the side here. Not that it matters, but it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's going in the wrong place.
Cool. Good job. That works. Okay, so we're going to do under the lid now, back at the bench, I reckon.
Yep.
There you go, Sam. Right, so same again around there. Look, bring the grease across with you. There you go. That's cool. I'll give you a hand. I'll do a bit on this side. And you can see better now. You get an idea of sort of the volume that you need to put on there, because it needs to create a good seal. And I suppose you could potentially put too much on, but you've got to put a hell of a lot on to be too much.
Yeah.
To be honest. Looking good. Excellent. That's cool. And that's all you need to do. It doesn't take a minute to do it, and it just gives you that extra assurance that you've got no issues. Now, one other thing while we're on, just to be aware of, is this seal here, look. Put that down like that, shouldn't quite touch the thingy. Now, obviously, if there was a hole here, then air goes straight through and bypass the air filter and goes straight in your engine. And this is looking pretty shabby, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's never been changed, it's squashed
Almost
to
more.
buggery, and it's quite dirty around there as well. So we'll get a little wire brush. Oh, look at that. And we'll give it a little clean out. Mind your eyes. There we go. All right, and we'll do the same thing with this. We'll chuck a bit of you can chuck a bit of grease around on that rubber seal, and then hopefully that's going to help to seal that again, because I'm pretty sure some air will have been seeping through there and getting into the engine and bypassing the filter.
It was munted.
It's pretty knackered, isn't it?
So should I pick like how there's like chips on it? Should I just move that, or?
You can, if they'll come out of the way, yeah. If they're just like surplus to requirements now, you can. But if they're part of it, it's going to get bolted down with the wing nut, so there'll be a bit of pressure on
I
it.
see one bit came off.
Yeah, it's breaking down, isn't it? The rubber's dying. And you go to a Ford garage and try and order one of these for a 1993 Ford Courier pickup truck, and they just laugh you out of the building. Oh, don't sell those parts anymore. What are you on about? It's ridiculous. Right, so that can go back on there. We've still got all our grease on there. Fantastic. Right, Sam, so you grab that, stick it back on the bench over there, and then we'll do the air filter first. Cool. Right, Sam, you grab the new air filter, and then you can just drop that straight down into the housing. Great stuff. Perfect, and we'll give it a little twizzle just to seat that grease and get it all bedded down. Right, grab your lid then, we'll pop the lid back on again. Now with the lid, you were lucky you got it right. Because just over here there's an arrow, you see that arrow there, look?
Yeah.
And that arrow should point to this arrow. They were very basic back in 1993.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you could put it 180 degrees round and it probably wouldn't fit. There's probably some difference. I don't know what it is, but the arrows are there for a reason. So make sure you match up the arrows. Okay. Where's your wing nut? Yeah. Yep. Pop it on there, look. And it's righty-tighty. Not lefty-loosey. Or lefty-tighty. Far too bloody confusing, isn't it? Okay, spin that down. Doesn't need to be mega tight, but it does want to be a bit more than just finger tight. Give it a good yuck round. And that'll help for that to create a good seal as well. That's it. Perfect. That should work.
Yeah.
That should work. Okay, so clips can go back on. That's the troublesome one.
Push it up. Is it all?
So you put it on first.
Ah, so it's like those annoying bottle things.
Yes, it's exactly.
I always
it's
put
a
my
Grolsch
fingers
bottle.
on those.
Well, you must be doing something wrong. Either that or you're just very drunk when you're trying to operate them.
It's a water bottle. But probably true.
Okay, crew. Well, there you go. I did warn you at the start. Very, very simple task, but do look for any potential air leaks or ways that air can bypass around that air filter, because the air filter is there to keep all the dirt and the grit and any kind of dust that's in the air from entering the cylinders in the engine. And if it can bypass through, it doesn't take long before it starts to cause damage to your engine. So do please check. Now, this is the old air filter that came out. In actual fact, it doesn't look very old. I asked Ben when he replaced it last, and to be perfectly honest, he can't remember. So, being the Yorkshireman that I am, we'll keep this for next time, because it might actually end up, you know, being an emergency replacement should something go wrong with the original air filter. I don't know, but it's way too good a nick to worry about, you know, throwing away at the moment. Jeez. Getting dry. Hey, you know what today is, don't you? We've started a new thing since you were last here. Cider Saturday.
I was going to say like dry July, and I was like, I don't believe
Oh,
in that.
no. Don't start swearing at me, Sam. It's not going to happen. No, it's Cider Saturday, so maybe after the next video, I'll go to the fridge and find you a cider. Sounds
I can
good.
only have one and then still drive.
That's okay, you can have one. One normal size one.
One Singtel beer?
Yeah.
I love those ones, they're so big.
Paralytic on one drink. Excellent. Okay, crew. Well, if you found this video helpful, and I know it was short, but it's a quick sort of tip thing, then why not click on the subscribe button? You'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click on the gear icon, and then you can tick the box and turn on notifications. And our friends down at YouTube will send you an email as and when I upload any new videos, and there'll be a few more hitting the channel over the next few days, I'm sure. One thing I do want to mention in this video, because I know everybody that wants to watch Tool Girls all the time, it's not possible to have a Tool Girl in every single Andy Mechanic video. I did say right at the start when I brought Tool Girls on board and introduced them to the channel, and it was Harley was the first one that came in, that it was going to be, just a special occurrence. Just every now and again, something a bit different. The channel isn't just about Tool Girls in the videos. We do actually do some pretty cool sort of repairs and diagnostics and stuff. And there's about 470 odd videos now on the channel. And I did a quick count up the other day, and 59, well, including this one, 60. So there's about 60 odd videos now on the channel out of 480 that have Tool Girls in those videos. So still, in the minority, and that's the way it's going to stay. There's no way I can have Tool Girls, and there's many reasons why. Partly because I can't bloody concentrate half the time. You know what I'm talking about. There's only certain videos that work with Tool Girls, and you're not available all the time, are you? You're away
I am a person.
doing stuff, and you're a human, and just like me, we've got other commitments. So it's actually really cool that we can actually spend these days together doing these videos, but it can't be every day. Sorry. Okay, Sam, you stand over here. Look. Okay, crew. Well, if you enjoyed the video, no, we've done that bit. Jeez, I'm getting tired as well. You'll also find me on
Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and Twitter.
You sure will. And there's a new Patreon page as well, which tells you all about the history of the channel, up and coming projects, that kind of stuff. And of course, if you want to donate, you can do that through that portal. All right, chaps and chapettes, it's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from
Tool Girl Sam.
Sure is. See you, crew. Over and out. And you get the flip up again.
Oh!
Really.